What's going on, guys? Ellie from Copenhagen here. You might not know who I am, but you've got nothing better to do. So watch the Soccer Cooligans, talking all things football, politics, music, culture. Swipe up, click the link,
That'll do. That'll do.
Ay, papi!
Let's go.
Boom! Put the air horn in there. Why not?
There you go. Yeah,
Oh,
run
wait.
as if no one can see you in the background. Sure.
It looks like, at first it looked like a curtain was running by.
It does look like a curtain.
Donna's merch is the...
Oh, yeah. No, this is the podcast. So perfect time to show the Donna's merch. THEDONAS. This is the new bucket hat.
Say I look like a curtain.
Yeah, I said.
All right, we're literally doing a show here.
All right.
Talking about how I
Cursing on the show.
We don't swear on this program.
Yeah, we've never sworn in our lives.
Alexis, is this the woman you married? What?
I thought so. Upon further evidence. Everyone
Hello.
else is super hard. Right?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the PREM show. My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
We are the Cooligans. We are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show, football show, calcio show, whatever you want to call it.
Balompié show.
Right here on Twitch every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We
That's
weren't
right. It's the funniest of all those, but it's also the gulliest.
correct.
So make sure you put them in both categories.
And we weren't on last week, and so we probably should explain ourselves because I just live streamed. I was playing some FIFA during that time slot, but we didn't tape a PREM show because Alexis was incapacitated.
I was out. I got my booster shot, and let me tell you something. It drained my battery to
Right.
a level I couldn't do anything for 3 straight days. The episode we shot with Midge Purse, I full-blown fever. I was freezing, but I'm sweating profusely at the same time. I was in no pain whatsoever. No pain whatsoever. But to touch my skin, you would think I was extremely hot. Inside my body, I couldn't get warm if I tried.
Right.
And I was just so tired. So tired. I don't even know how. I don't remember most of the questions I asked.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. So
Just straight
I
up
could not.
fever dream while you're working. But yeah, so that is the
But
explanation.
I do want everyone to know, please go get it. If you have an opportunity to get a booster shot, please go get it.
But
The numbers are already looking good.
But just give yourself about a 4 to 5 day window of like you might be feeling like garbage.
If you got Pfizer, get it on a Thursday, and you'll be all right by Tuesday. You know,
It's interesting because the first 2 shots I felt the first one more. I was like a little bit fatigued, but it really wasn't that serious. And the second one barely felt anything. And-
for me, it was first one barely felt anything, a little tired, a little bit, nothing crazy, really hungry. Second one knocked me out for like a day and a half.
So that was the shot though, the hunger. That's just
It's a hunger. Like I'm not starving. You know, I'm like I could eat. I'm gonna eat. You know, it's usually what I say. But this was like I bought Chinese food for myself and my wife, and when she got home, there was nothing but soy sauce. I ate everything, everything.
Okay, enjoy
Ravenous.
it. Just throw a couple packets. Enjoy, honey.
Yeah. Well, you put that on a rice cake. Also, spoiler alert: I ate all your rice.
So that's why we weren't on last week. So apologies if anybody missed us for that week. But I hope you enjoyed the podcast with Midge Purse. That was a really, really fun show, and you can look forward to on Football Sports Net.
Uncle Andrew said, "When do you think you will recover, Alexis? Credit for taping this week while still looking like you're suffering hard."
So, Steve and Paolo in Minnesota just said that you were sucking on the ketchup bottle.
That's how I fell asleep. I fell asleep like a drunk, but instead of a whiskey, like a fifth of whiskey, it's
just a barbecue sauce.
It's just a Sir Kensington spicy ketchup. It's all over me. I didn't drink.
It's the fancy kind. Why are you judging me? He has a top hat.
I did it with the pinky out. Is that not enough for you?
So, I don't even. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, so that's why we weren't on last week. So apologies. But yes, we had Midge Purse on the show. On Football Sports Network, and this week we have Columbus Crew forward Miguel Berry on the show. So make sure we just taped an interview with him earlier today. It was really, really fun. So look out for that Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Football Sports Network. And check that out. That's going to be a fun one. And then the podcast will be available on Friday. All right. Where to begin today? You know what? First off, let's start with what I'm wearing because...
Oh my God! I'm sorry. We doing a drip check?
All right, because Everton Football Club. Let's start
with the fact that Everton Football Club made a US themed shirt. How beautiful!
This is cool. You don't see this from Premier League clubs very often. David from Tampa just said bought the Everton USA shirt and was appalled it wouldn't get here until after November 1st, and then realized how close November is already. It was just yesterday Brentford laid out Arsenal. So so not only I'm wearing this this Everton USA kit. It's a training top, but this is also from Everton Football Club.
Yeah, they made the shirt. Duh. I mean, who doesn't know that?
I'm saying it was gifted to me from Everton Football Club. They actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, we want to send you a shirt." So Everton,
so if you're keeping track, a Premier League club knows who we are. That's enough.
That's enough
to celebrate.
We
need another bottle of champagne because not only do they know who we are, they know one of us is a fan of theirs.
Right.
And now bring in the next bottle of champagne because they took it a step further.
I say,
and sent us merch for free.
Bring us the fanciest ketchup you have because
you know what? Get the Sir Kensington mayo because you know what? We are partying.
Okay, let's even do like the way Colombians do, where they mix the ketchup and the mayo together.
The mayo chup.
The mayo chup, okay? Because this is exciting. So thank you so much, Everton Football Club, for sending me this, but really just acknowledging my existence. That is more than I would ever expect. This is just super, super kind. And the fact that, again, that this show, our podcast, our TV show, that it gotten to the point where people at clubs like just are supportive, like what we're doing, and are kind enough to say, hey, we want to send you something. Unbelievable.
Absolutely insane.
So thank you so much. And everywhere we go. Look, I know Everton had a rough go this weekend. Okay, I don't
know, man. I was hanging out in a room where people seem to be enjoying it. To be completely honest with you,
because the best thing that happened this weekend.
Hello, Minnesota said, but do they want it back?
The best.
You got it on lease.
Yeah. Right. The best thing that happened this weekend was what Liverpool did to Manchester United to really just take away the focus and interest about what happened, in that Everton Watford match. So, but again, go pick one up. Thank you so much for the love, Everton. Shouts to them. It's a dope kit. It has feels like the '94 World Cup kit a little bit. So you love to see it. I think Everton is the first Premier League club to make like a kit in honor of their American fans. I'm almost sure it's the first.
Yeah, I can't think of any other ones. But also it just goes to show how much of a connection they have to the American fan base, right? They had Tim Howard, Landon Donovan, and obviously when they were out here for Florida Cup, you saw what the fan base was like. They were out here.
Yeah, it was dope. So thank you again. Okay, so let's obviously start referring to the title. I don't even see what's the title of this stream?
I said next manager after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Okay, Manchester United. What are we doing? How are we fixing this, Alexis? Because they're not letting him go. Ollie's there forever. He is I don't know what he has. what kind of incriminating documents he has on the Glazers.
You know,
But they are not. They were like,
he knows how they got the nickname, the Glazers. It's not a nickname.
They look. Everybody saw it. Manchester United against Liverpool at Old Trafford, losing 5-0. I mean, 4 goals in the first half. A red card to Paul Pogba in the second half.
Which I low-key think was on purpose.
Oh, bro, he's like, yo, I got somewhere to be. I asked for a sick day and they didn't give it to me, so I'm doing what I gotta do to go.
I think he was like, oh, is this the final nail in the coffin I have right here? Wow. I just got to take a bullet and I get a day off for taking this guy out and the manager leaves.
3 days off, really. You can miss a couple games after this. So,
let me just read this because this is from Fabrizio Romano, who, again, that's the Bible.
Yeah.
If Fabrizio Romano says it, we report it. He said, Solskjaer confirmed by Manchester United. The final decision from main part of Manchester United board is now confirmed and approved. My understanding, and this is Fabrizio Romano. So Fabrizio Romano's understanding is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will definitely be in charge for the Tottenham match on Saturday. Expectations are confirmed. Sir Alex Ferguson supported him. He was today at Carrington, where also Ole completed the training session and spoke with players. Next games with Spurs, potentially also Atalanta/Man City, will be crucial to decide Solskjaer's future before or during the international break. Antonio Conte would accept the Manchester United job, but he'll be respectful with Solskjaer, and he never had any direct official contact with Manchester United yet. So from that, it seems like he still has support of the front office. So when you ask yourself, who still gives this guy support, just know it's the front office, and that's it. End of the line.
Yeah, Robert from LA. I've seen this before. Manchester United versus Spurs, also known as El Sáquico. Okay.
No, they might both get sacked at the end of the match, bro.
It's a fascinating kind of situation, right? I've been especially watching Flex on with you on Complex and getting to know Flex and seeing all the stuff he does on United View.
Did you see the video of him that went viral?
Yeah, the little girl. Even the little girl was just like, get Ollie out of here or whatever.
Yeah, she was like, she's like, we've got Bruno Fernandes in this position, and I think we can move him over. I was like, who is this little girl?
Yeah, it's just like, but. And it's interesting. He was speaking to a 10-year-old girl, and this is why, from a child's perspective, it's all so simple, right? I think as adults we make it all more complicated.
She was like, I don't know what y'all freaking out about.
She's simply like, well, we have these great players. What is going on? Like, it's just like, it's perfectly rational that it's not. The issue is not the individual, the players. It's not the talent, because the players themselves are clearly capable. They're world class. They are superstars. And I saw Flex make this point about Fred. Fred always gets a lot of criticism, a lot of ridicule, and it's like, but then when he goes to play for Brazil, no one could take his spot.
Right.
He is the starting defensive midfielder for the Brazilian national team that has not lost one game in World Cup qualifying. They drew one game. They drew a game. They drew one game. They are absolutely stomping through the Argentinas, the Colombias, the Perus, Paraguay, everybody. They look amazing. And yes, Fred is also playing with these other world-class superstars, but he's still at the one of the best players in his position. But when he puts on the Manchester United shirt, it's disarray. They forget how to. Whose fault is it? The biggest complaints and people were talking about were Fred and McTominay in that game.
I mean, and people have been talking about that, as they call the McFred, for a long time.
Right.
For a long time.
Trevor Utley just said capable is different than willing in regards to the player. So then if it's
hold on. But to back up to what you said, and I think this is the important part. Players that have played for Manchester United, players like, Gary Neville, players like Paul Scholes, all these players that everybody holds to high, regard. They've all said, I watch and I can't tell you how this team plays. And I think that's the issue. And I think the little girl said it as well. I wish I knew her name, but, you have great players. But again, if you're not putting them in the right position, if you haven't given them the tools to play well, they're not going to. And that's very clearly what you see. And you could clearly see that it's now mutiny in the locker room. Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there's a video of him sort of trying to direct players what to do with his hands while on the sideline. And you have Cristiano Ronaldo behind him kind of mimicking him, and mocking him.
Okay.
I mean, there's clearly people, you can tell people aren't comfortable with the position that, Cristiano Ronaldo can only play or wants to play. What's his name? Peter Crouch said, come on, Cristiano, just standing around and waiting for someone to pass you the ball isn't cool anymore. Because he really doesn't have the legs to run around anymore. At least he's saving them for the aerial duels. I mean, there's a lot that's going on here. But I think if you start to write down what you think all the issues are with, Manchester United, and you trace to where they go, they end up at the foot of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Thank you, Jamie Lawton, for hitting us with the.
Also, shouts to Gashead Gaming. Thank you for first time chat. Says referring to the game, it was the fans applauding Pogba as he went down the tunnel for perhaps trying to get Ali sacked. So it seems like it doesn't seem like the people are really.
Ain't nobody got Ole's back right now.
Right, nobody's mad at the players, and
No.
you would think in most scenarios they would be, because they're the ones who it wasn't Ali's. Ali wasn't on the pitch when they gave him 5 goals, right? It's his. Ultimately, it's his responsibility. But it seems like the when you look at a team like Liverpool, and one of the best teams in the world, we know that. But when you look at if you look at on paper the level of talent, I would argue that if I was building my an ultimate team, let's say, or whatever, I would pick more Manchester United players than I would pick Liverpool players.
Oh, well,
I mean, it might be. It would be close, but I would probably United players. I would get probably be 2 or 3 more United players than Liverpool players. So
thank you. I just want to read this because this is incredible. Jamie Lawton, 1999, said, "I can't wait for Saturday. I'm going to Leicester versus Arsenal game on Saturday. 3-course meal VIP lounge." Okay, wow.
All right, now we're talking. All right,
the level of luxury and flex in our chat is just incredible. He said, "I can't wait. Leaving my house at 9 a.m. That match don't start until that evening." But my guy's like, "When is the first course?" All right.
Amazing.
And he said, "My dad surprised me with a Leicester City season ticket for working hard."
Amazing.
Absolute incredible.
Look at that.
Absolutely incredible.
Also, the flex of having a dad who is kind and rewards you for.
I've been working hard, and you know what my dad's not done? Even reach out. And I know he watches Telemundo.
The exorbitant wealth that we have in the chat is incredible.
Wow. How many varieties of Sir Kensingtons are included in Crimson Pizza?
Very good. As bad as
he said, "I'm 21. I'm a senior sous chef." I like this Jamie Lawton kid a lot.
Jamie, okay.
He's a chef.
Love it.
Gets the luxury VIP passes.
Love to see it. Bayerguna said, "As bad as Man U were, Mo Salah is untouchable."
That's true, but 5-0.
Yeah. You got to touch him a little bit. You got to touch him. After the third one, you got to be like, I'm touching you, fam. Okay?
Yeah. Yo, McDominic Fred, get over here and touch this dude. By the way, Everton, how do you feel your season is going so far? Are you in panic mode?
I'm a bit more concerned because Abdoulaye Doucouré, another injury.
Just short answer. Yes or no? Panic mode? You're doing all right.
No, not panic mode. This is,
I think Arsenal's doing incredibly well. Can I tell you what the two of us have in common with Manchester United? Is we're sitting on 14 points, and they are in full meltdown.
Everyone's losing their mind, and we're just happy to be here. Okay,
no, we're in 10th place, and we're like, told you so.
Look, Arsenal lost their first 3 matches. Everton won their first 4 matches. A great start, similar to the prior season. Some new players, losing James, and still kind of having a little bit of positivity and
but you got Rafa Benitez,
right?
Robert from LA said, "What did Christian think of Josh King's celebration?"
Oh, right. So we have to talk about this. Did you see this game? Did you see the
I did, but I don't think I remember that it was celebration.
So Josh King scored a hat trick against Everton. First goal,
3 of the 5. 3 of the
he first goal. Obviously, Josh King was an Everton player last season. Didn't work out.
Right.
He didn't get many minutes, and the whole thing. It didn't work out for him. His first goal, he's respectful. He's like, okay, my former club.
You don't celebrate, right?
You don't celebrate, but the whole thing. Then second goal, a little happier.
Right.
I'm like, okay, not to the point where I think Everton supporters would be offended, but a little bit big of a celebration. Third goal, my man took off his shirt in front of all the toffees. He's like, bro, this is what you missed out on.
He ripped last year's contract. How did he have it?
My man, he let go of any kind of humility or kind of respect for the whole the unwritten rule of not over celebrating against.
You gotta celebrate a hat trick, though.
A hat trick is a big deal. A hat trick against your former club. I don't know who wouldn't celebrate that. To be honest,
Right.
So I wasn't mad at the celebration more than I was at we're up 2-1. Richarlison scores an incredible goal. Just hold on. Just do 5 at the back, 5-4-1, 5-5. Do whatever you got to do.
Has Rafa never heard of a bus? Parking in?
I think the third goal. Actually, the second goal that tied the game, which was off of a set piece, I think it demoralized the team. The prior week losing to West Ham again on a set piece, a goal from I think it was Agbana. It was like a reminder of the last week and just like poor marking, and it wasn't whatever. It was just just another goal given up on a set piece. Once that second goal went in, deflated everybody, and then mistakes, and now nobody's like paying attention to defending or who to mark or whatever. And it was just a bad 10, 15 minutes in Everton season that I'm sure they would want to take back.
I mean, if you look at the standings, you kind of slid where Arsenal's kind of caught up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Also, there is Leicester City with 14 points. Manchester United has 14 points. So Jamie Lawton, we brought up Leicester City. I did see Yuri Tielemans' goal. Absolutely incredible. When you look at sort of the way the league is breaking down, the fact that Brighton is still up here is quite shocking. West Ham, I think a lot of people thought they would be better this season, and they've so far proven that they could stick around.
Mm-hmm.
How about Moyes just sitting back, just watching all this stuff go down with Manchester United, and he's like, tough, huh?
Oh, crazy. What's going on over there?
Wow. Who would have known? Who would have thunk it? Huh?
But let's talk about that to some degree. It's just Manchester United, we know the history. We know Sir Alex Ferguson and everything he contributed to the club and brought so much glory. Man United, the whole thing. We know about it. But this situation, can Manchester United ever be what they were? Was it really simply Sir Alex Ferguson is that what is, because we almost associate success with Manchester United, but I guess I'm feeling now that it's really the success was really about Sir Alex Ferguson and not anyone else. He happened to be the manager of Manchester United. And that's where the success was. But as soon as he left, it has been complete disarray. So he was the general that kept all his soldiers in order, and he had a long tenure, and he was successful. But I don't think we can recreate that. I don't know if
the leagues are so different now. The world of football itself, the world of soccer itself is so different now. You would never. it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? There's teams with more money now. There's teams that, compete at a different level. You know what I mean? There's just no way. There's no way in hell you would be able to have a team. I don't even think Newcastle's going to have that easy of a time finding players that want to play there outside of they think like, well, I'm going to get paid the most to be there. You know what I mean? Whereas back in that era, you wanted to be on Manchester United because you were like, it was the winning way. And, even if you didn't get paid, and they did pay well, but even if you didn't get paid as much as you would have at another club, it wouldn't have mattered because you're like, but I'm a part of Manchester United,
Yeah. I like this. Jamie Lawton said, no, United will never be what they were because they need a manager like Conte because he has the thrive and intent and strictness for those United players to win. Ollie just comes across as a friend to them, not a manager. What do you think about that? Because I have seen a lot of there's been a lot of this is interesting soap opera and kind of drama going on with Gary Neville. And a lot of people are talking about him because he comes to Ollie's defense all the time.
No, he doesn't come to his defense. He won't say he should get sacked.
Right.
He refuses to say those words. But I got to give Gary Neville credit because he said, I've never called for a manager to get sacked.
Right.
So I'm not going to do it now, especially not when it's a friend of mine.
Yeah, and people get mad at him because they're saying he's not being an objective pundit. But also, do we expect our pundits to be objective? What standard?
Also, can I just ask, how fast would you throw me under the bus if you were Gary Neville in this situation?
Like, what?
you would have been calling for my head day one.
Get rid of this dude.
I don't know why y'all even hired
He's a failure. I should have never worked with him. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Bro, there wouldn't be they'd be like, yo, I think Christian's too hard on Wilson. He ain't doing that bad.
No, I mean, look, even the expectation. I guess this is what it feels like. It feels like Manchester United fans, at least some of them, feel like if Gary Neville says what they're already feeling and voices their frustration about getting rid of the manager, that then the club will get rid of the manager because Gary Neville said it, which I think is a flawed perspective into thinking that Gary Neville has this level of influence to decide he doesn't get to pick the manager. And he's not going to get rid of any manager, regardless if he thinks that should be gone or not. And
look at what Gashead Gaming said. Ole's been great, though. Stabilized the club and is just what we needed. Now he's done the job. He's threatening it. He's threatening to ruin it with his tactical shortcomings, which I think is something we've all kind of said, yo, he did what he had to do. He righted the ship. Like Freddie Ljungberg did that to some degree when he came in.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard did the same thing and kind of stuck around too long. And you saw that as soon as they got rid of him, they brought in a Tuchel, and boom, they win Champions League. You know what I mean? You brought in someone who understands how to cook with these ingredients better. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with Ole. I just don't understand why United won't make that decision. The only thing I can think of is that they don't feel that they have a Tuchel to replace him. Right.
And there's a limited amount of people that can handle such a job. Not only from a tactical and managerial perspective, but also as handling the level of scrutiny that the Manchester United will have. It's not always appealing to everybody because they would want better situations or either more control at the club or whatever. So yeah, you feel bad. At least I feel bad a little bit for.
Hold on, I just want to say, Gasset Gaming also followed up with, or they have to pay a load of money to sack him, and they don't want to. But that was blocked because of load and sack.
You can't.
And I gotta be honest, Twitch, you're right on this one. We're allowing it, but no, you ain't wrong.
It's a loaded sentence, okay? There's a lot going on there. Jay Hicks said there's this...
that one could get sticky. You know what I mean?
Perfect Tommy says Zidane ain't walking through that door, which I love. That's a nice Amin Hassan reference. So shout out to him.
Well, hold on. Jay Hicks 6 said he's taken Manchester United to the highest point that he can as a manager. We need someone who can take the squad to the next level. Now, this is what the question I asked Flex at the beginning of the season. They finished second last season. They went out and spent a ton of money and brought in legends back to the club. Okay. So you can't just go out and finish second again. Mikel Arteta has won more trophies at Arsenal as a manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has as manager of Manchester United. You can't just walk out and not win, but also you can't just win like Carabao Cup and be like, told you, we doing all right. Look at all the money we spent. We got Carabao Cup. You need to win a minimum FA Cup, and you have to go really far in Champions League, and you have to, again, threaten in second. And people are still going to say you didn't do enough because you finished second again domestically. Your only option is to win the league. That is it. And it's very much up for grabs this season. I know Chelsea looks good, but there's no one that I would say has their thumb on it already.
Right. And let's see.
Jamie Lawton also said, look at Conte. Went to Inter Milan his first season, won the league, then asked for more money to make the team better. They wouldn't give him the budget, so he left it. Shows he wants to win titles, leagues, cup, silverware. If Brendan left Leicester, if Brendan managers, obviously, is what he's talking about, left Leicester today, he's the first man, Conte, that I would want as manager. Actually, you should bring back Ranieri. This guy's killing Everton. You know?
But this has to be the big concern right here. If this right there, Manchester United has given up 15 goals in 9 games for the amount of money that they have spent just simply on defenders. I mean, Varane. And
Varane
Maguire,
was 35, but they're paying him a grip of money every week.
Right.
Harry Maguire was 70-something million, the most expensive.
Okay, we got Luke Shaw, we got Wan-Bissaka. Y'all shouldn't be giving up 15 goals in 9 games. That's just obviously. I mean, you're at relegation level. Goals allowed. I mean,
look at that. Only one worse. Wait, hold on. Go back up.
Burnley is at 18, at 15.
Hold on. Go back up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Even Everton is at 14. Even Everton.
Right.
Doing worse than Everton. You know. I'm just trying to annoy
Jamie Lawton said, Maguire's awful. Leicester made bank.
Akko said Wenger's too busy ruining the World Cup and Gerrard only wants Liverpool. Stop throwing shade at Arsene Wenger. I like this 2 World Cups in a 4-year cycle. I like this.
I do not. That's a whole other conversation.
I can't wait.
All right, we talked about it on the TV show. Jay Hicks said Ronaldo was such a waste. Yeah, he's came up and saved us in games, but if we had to spend the money to solidify our midfield, we'd be better off. Just seems like United paid the money so City wouldn't have him. So that's interesting.
That's exactly what it was.
Right. The issue, look, McTominay and Fred, it's not working, right? And it's not.
No. Let's talk about the Ronaldo thing because this is important. People keep saying Cavani's a better forward. Cavani's a better center forward. Neither of them should be options for Manchester United. They're both in their late 30s.
Right.
You need a real striker. And how can you go into the season not having one? Or at least saying, all right, we're going to put Greenwood in and let him just rock and see what we can do with a couple of weeks of Greenwood. It's ridiculous.
But I'd argue Manchester United has scored 16 goals. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not at the level, look at Chelsea 23, Liverpool 27, Manchester City 20, and West Ham 16. They're scoring goals. Greenwood has scored bangers already this season. Rashford has already scored this season. Has he scored in Premier League yet? I think he scored in Champions League. Rashford back. Having a up front, the options that they have up front. Rashford, Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood, Cristiano Ronaldo. Those, just 4 alone, Jesse Lingard even. Those, there is a breadth of options, and if you need to score goals, that's clearly there. And whose comment that I just read, Jay Hicks? That's the main issue. Everybody I saw in the summer, if you guys don't follow scams at Nigerian Scams with 3 S's at the end. He works for CBS Sports. I'm sure 100% one of the best follows on Twitter. He is a huge
Manchester United
fan, and literally the entire summer transfer window, there might have been a tweet every day. Why hasn't Manchester United signed a midfielder, a defensive mid? Why haven't we signed defensive mid? Why have every day? So I'm seeing that and I'm like, hey, you know what? Why haven't Manchester United signed a midfielder? This guy is really, he's getting louder. He's typing in caps. Somebody should be able to see this. And they didn't, I saw these, I was watching the kickoff and I had seen the comments about who scored in this Liverpool game. And it was Naby Keita. It was basically midfielders are scoring against Manchester United, meaning that the midfielders, the midfielders for Manchester United are not defending those midfielders well enough to prevent them from getting in the box or getting allowing them to create chances. So, and whether that is a simple, maybe like tactically, Ali doesn't really focus on defending. I don't know what maybe those defensive, because, do you remember when they asked...
Well, while you're talking about this, Gashead Gaming said, so Matic, Fred, and McTominay signed Declan Rice. Job done.
Right.
It's just that easy. And why would Declan Rice leave? Why would he leave West Ham?
Yeah. I mean...
They're doing better.
And it's a fair question because it really just... The brand of Manchester United seems to be getting more and more... It has more and more blemishes. It just doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like the club of the 90s anymore. It doesn't feel...
They're expanding the seating. They're going to have even more seats this time. I think they're going to go to 60K, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was that. I think that was them. If I'm not mistaken, it was either them or Liverpool that released that they were going to go up to 60K.
Akko said, no defending, just vibes. Yeah, dude.
Yo. Sometimes that's good enough, though.
But so the point I was going to make about... Remember, there was a press conference with Pep Guardiola about... They asked him about like defending, and he was like he scoffed at the idea of like doing defensive training drills. Whether I don't know how serious or sarcastic he was being, but Manchester City, I could believe that they barely practice defending only because they have the ball all the time. They have such amazing players that maintain
possession is defending.
Exactly. And so with that style of play, you could understand that the defending is not that, maybe not a huge focus, but Manchester United don't have that caliber of players to just maintain possession in that way. And they got to defend. They're going to be in situations where they have to like defend the counterattack. And that was like the fifth goal. Which is like, everybody's kind of demoralized already. But that fifth goal, Jordan Henderson taking the ball away from Pogba, outside of the boot, just pinpoint. I mean, one of the most beautiful passes you'll see in the game, just perfectly right in front of Mohamed Salah. And Salah even takes a bad touch. If De Gea,
I think he scores with the outside of the boot. It was a double outside of the boot.
It was incredible. But even De Gea not rushing out to stop that ball, just you saw how demoralized they already were. But
one of my favorite things is if you get a chance, go watch Adam McCullough's reaction to that goal.
Okay.
he's calling people like knobheads and stuff. He's telling them all suck your mom. I mean, he goes off, but he starts yelling, "Why don't you turn around?" Like he's yelling at the defender as it's happening. It's just beautiful.
Akko said Ronaldo's best touch was on Curtis Jones's chest. Remember, he kicked the ball. It could have been a close one because if he missed the ball and kicked kicked Jones, I mean he would be out of this game. But it was
for sure
wildly unnecessary. I don't know what he was doing or thinking, but look, it was a yellow. It could have been a lot worse. What do you think of Paul Pogba's red card? Is the definite red?
It's definitely a red. I don't think he had negative intention, but I do low-key think subconsciously it was his way of getting rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually do think he kind of he went in callously. He went over the ball and he didn't touch him with the second foot, but both feet were up, right?
Yeah,
both studs were up. It was definitely two-footed. I think when you do stuff like that, I think you're, it's like a kid who like talks in class after he's been told not to talk in class. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to cause a scene. You're trying to, you're subconsciously trying to sort of do something. And I at the end of the day,
but this is
can't really blame him.
This is I've felt this in games when I was playing where we're not only, I don't mind losing games. I can deal with that, but I hate when, like, I'll be playing Sunday League and there's no slide tackling in the league, and then people slide tackle, and that's happened a couple times where one of my teammates got hurt because someone slid, and in a Liga you're not supposed. We're all in our 30s. We ain't trying to get injured. We got to go to work tomorrow, and so but something happens where if you're losing that badly and you realize the level of humiliation that you're suffering from, subconsciously you're like, I'm like, you're not thinking straight, and that's what Pogba was doing. But I blame you blame the player, yes, but you have to blame the manager for not keeping your players focused. What happened at halftime that allowed Pogba to not be focused. And this is not a thing specifically on Pogba, because everybody, I think, was lacking focus, but it's not coming from the top where you're getting that leadership and inspiration from your manager to say, like, all right, let me focus and try to do my best and not try to win the ball in such a ridiculous fashion or whatever. So it's
Robert from LA said, "Is Alexis talking about Pogba or himself?" Maybe a little bit of both,
Because I've played sometimes, and like in games where we were losing badly, and I felt like the other team was like taking it too far, and not like, again, I can lose, but it's the, like, when they're too aggressive. Like, I hate when
get the anger out.
Yeah, it's like when teams are overly aggressive and they're winning. I'm like, bro, you're already winning 3 goals. Why are you pushing me? And it's like, at that point, all right, now I'm angry. Now I'm gonna actually, I know we're just having a good time. No, but why can't I body you off the ball with my shoulder? Wow, we're just having a good time. That's how. And I think that lack of focus happened in that game. So,
but it's also that little bit of aggression, that little bit of anger, that little bit of disinterest. That little bit of disconnect. Bay Area Guna said has only even tried the Pogba Van de Beek partnership, and he did in that cup match, if I'm not mistaken, and it looked better than Fred and McTominay. Was it perfect? No, because I don't think that's actually Van de Beek's position. But also, at this point, Donny Van de Beek will play whatever position you want. He's like, let me in goal. I don't know. I just want to be out there.
Cruz Pizza just said, and then Christian kicked somebody in the chest. Yeah, dude. Jay Hicks said, you should pull a longest yard and, quote unquote, accidentally shoot the ball straight at Ali.
That would be hilarious. Jamie Lawton, who, by the way, keeps bringing up Daco, who had I believe he had either a hat trick or a brace. Absolutely incredible striker. I believe he came from Red Bull Salzburg. I think he played with Brendan Aronson. But he said, I remember I used to play 5v5 weekly football matches. Some guy went into my football with blades, which you're not supposed to, and he caught my whole foot, bleeding and everything. So painful. Now I play league table tennis. He gave up the game.
You see what happens when people take it too far?
Nah. You made my foot bleed? I'm done. I'm going to darts. Have you heard of it? You slide tackle in darts. I guarantee you get in trouble.
Also, Pogba did the slide tackle. Obviously got the red card because he slid into Naby Keita. Naby Keita has been getting a lot of publicity for his shin pads, his shin guards. Have you?
Oh, the AirPods?
Yeah, have you seen them? Because they're barely anything. I mean, look at these shin guards, bro. These are.
Why don't people want to play with shin guards?
You got it. Anybody in the chat, let me know. Do you prefer not playing with shin? Does it really like hamper your mobility? What is it with normal size shin guards? I play with normal size shin guards. I think that I've been kicked in the shin, and if I didn't have proper size shin guards, it would have been a nightmare. So
yeah, I don't get this whole thing of players not wanting to play with them. Get the custom ones, like the ones that are painted with like your family's face on it or whatever. Do whatever you want. Okay. Play with shin pads, dude.
And look, under this tweet, we see Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who pretty much has the same one. So Yeah, don't want that because look,
Paolo, Minnesota said he's played with a piece of toast.
Gaslight Gaming said it's easier to play without them. Mine went from ankle to knee with ankle guards, but I love training without them. I get that.
I refuse to believe that it's easier to play without them. I get that there may be a nuisance, but I refuse to believe it's easier to play without them. Also, can we feature Run Amok's comment? You just have to scroll up a little bit because he answered the question that is the title of this thing. He said, "Who should manage United next?" I have 2 words for you. Shah Mock.
Yes, thank you, Run Amok, coming through. I mean, just really I'm gonna assume it's Shamak's agent because
I think this guy's actual name is Rana Shama. You know what I mean? Because this guy.
I can see it. I would love to see it. It would definitely, make this this Twitch stream even more exciting than it already is.
This is what he does. He goes in, he sees an Arsenal shirt. He's like, I think I could get Shamak into the conversation here.
Boardmine said, I don't play with them, referring to shin guards. Every time I used to, the ball would smack them and go wild. Yeah, I could. I wear those like those shin socks or whatever, those shin sleeves that I wear around my shin, and then put the shin guard in there so that it can stay in place. Nixon said, I've still got my shin guards from 1999 because they're the only ones that are big enough to cover most of my shin. Okay.
What you got? You got one of them Bastian Schweinsteiger
I got them tree trunks.
Shin guards are for defenders. Who are these people? You guys are the anti-vaxxers of the soccer world. What is wrong with all of you?
Yeah.
I got kicked in the shin once, and let me tell you something. I'll never play the game without shin guards. Also, I'll never play the game. So, I think I'm right.
Right.
Shin guards are for people who like having shins, says Akko. Thank you.
Bro, I don't get it. Boardmine said, anti-shin guard crew, let's go. Everybody.
Start protest.
outside of matches, I'm not going to allow my kids to wear a guard for their legs.
You know what? It's all Satan control. Jesus never covered up his shin.
So, okay. I mean, look, a lot to break down from that game. We can go on and on.
Look, Jamie Lawton said, I used to play Sunday League, then trained with Derby County at U19, then went back to my local team when I was younger. I always wear proper shin guards. Yeah. You're out there, Derby County U19's getting kicked about every time you have the ball.
See, Jamie Lawton, he had structure from his father, and who has rewarded. He listened to instruction. He has kept his legs intact, and he has been rewarded with VIP experience. The VIP experience at Leicester City. Okay.
Run Amok says, I wear 2 pair of shin guards just to be safe. Bruh. Yeah, and by the way, Barry Aguna says ESR don't need him. ESR wears shin guards. He just folded his sock. He just folds his socks back down over them. Can you pull up a photo of ESR's low socks? Put ESR low socks. You'll see him. They're there. Man, just stand.
Let's bing it.
Chat.
Let's bing it.
Bing it. You will see it. The shin guards are there. He just folds the socks down.
Let's see.
So you don't see that. You can actually see the top of the shin guard poking up.
Let's take a look. I type Emil Smith Rowe low socks, and it's bringing up low cut women's socks.
You know what?
the no shows. Okay.
Look at the second picture. I think it shows. No, go to the next one. I think Okay, so it shows the 2 gentlemen.
We're seeing
you
Jack
can still
Grealish.
see the shin guards.
Yeah. They just pulled they pulled the socks down.
They just pulled the socks down.
But what side?
I'm not a fan of this style whatsoever.
Okay, so these shin guards are at least a little bit larger than Naby Keita's. Maybe just by not by much, but a little bit. But even still, look at the top of his leg. Look at the scars. He's been kicked up there. He needs shin guards up there protecting him.
Bruh, it's looking a little choppy up there. Graphic Mess said, who else is playing the Cooligans Bing drinking game? Just me? Cheers.
Okay. All right. So look, everybody has their own, essentially, the smaller the shin pad, the bigger the gamble. You're taking a bigger risk. I don't see the point in it. But if you're playing better, look, I'd argue that if Emile Smith Rowe, Jack Grealish, Naby Keita, if they get proper size shin guards, I don't think their stats are dropping anytime soon. I think they'll be just fine.
Port Martin said, when I played in 11-11 Sunday League, my shin guards would fly out of my socks every time I got fouled. How loose are your socks, my G? I remember playing with these things wouldn't move. Run Amok said, tired, stuff in your bra. Wired, stuff in your socks. Paolo Minnesota said, shins... Stephen Jumbo just said shin guards are like helmets for your legs. All right, we got the marketing up to par now.
Paolo Minnesota said shins just slow you down. Get rid of them too.
It's added weight that we don't need.
Right, we should just go from foot to knee. We don't need all this other stuff.
Bruh, Manchester Andrew just said United just signed Jesse shin guards to a new deal. Here we go.
Well deserved, sir.
Oh man.
Guess I gave you my shin guards used to have a huge straps that ran around the calf. How did they come off? Yeah, that's I don't like those. I've tried those.
Those are the kids ones.
Yeah, those are a bit cumbersome, and the friction can get a little bit itchy. But regular, put the sleeve on, put the shin guard in there.
Did you ever have the socks that came with the shin guards in them?
No, I never did that.
I had those for one. Somebody donated them to the team.
Those shits must
horrific.
Stink, bro.
They were horrific. And I don't think most shin guards have like the rubber backing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this had that. I think it was just in the fabric. So it would like rub against the top of it would like rub against your skin.
Yeah.
It would like break your skin, and then of course all the dirty sweat and cow manure from the pitches we were playing on would get in there.
I love that. I think this could be its own like documentary. They're like the story behind like shin guard stories. You know what I mean? Like because everybody has them.
We got a VIP update from Jamie Lawton. He says, we always get a speech before the game in VIP, so probably have a few Arsenal fans. Why they even get a speech in this joint?
What is this? Is this a wedding dinner? What is going on?
It's beautiful. Bing, 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 bing.
We're here. Just a nice rehearsal.
Should we kiss? Jamie Lawton also said, ankle protection ones that I used to wear when I was younger. I was a striker, and it was quite quick. People would call me Vardy. I was very everything is Leicester City. I was very put the ball straight over the top. Oh, okay, so you were like, you'll chase it down. Manchester Sanders said shin games instead of Squid Games. I get it. I remember I forgot to bring mine to a tryout one time. Just stuffed my socks with a paper pamphlet that they gave us, protecting me the same. No, it did not, Jay Hicks. It did not. If you get kicked, a paper pamphlet is not okay.
Okay, yeah, just you need a Bible is what you need. Graphic mess at AYSO lesson learned. Don't put Bengay on your leg, then put on shin guards. What? A nightmare.
Dude, when we were young, we would take Bengay and we would smack people on the back of the head with it. And there would be Bengay everywhere. You ever put Bengay on your scalp and then run?
No, I haven't.
Not fun. Not fun.
Okay. What else should we cover?
Paper towels as shin guards was genius. These are not genius. These are dumb. Just like Santi in Goal when he put in the movie Goal when he put cardboard. These are dumb.
Okay. The let's real quick. We'll go over some of the results. I do want to talk about a Clásico as well. The results today, as we are recording this, is
Arsenal won.
Arsenal won.
Feeling pretty good.
Carabao Cup. Arsenal.
And Kolasinac started. I mean, we had a lot of players I forgot or wish were no longer on the team. Were in there.
Chelsea.
Cedric Suarez.
Chelsea won in penalties against Southampton, and QPR, good for them, after defeating Everton in penalties, lost to Sunderland, which is that's a pretty big victory for Sunderland.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Are they in the championship or are they in?
No, they're in League One.
Ooh, so even bigger probably. The Clásico. I know, Alexis, you say you did not watch.
No,
that
but
game.
I do know that Real Madrid won.
2-1. I mean, I saw the first. I think I saw like the first like 60 minutes. I didn't see
So
the
you
goal.
saw the David Alaba goal.
What a goal from David Alaba, bro! That dude is a center back.
Beast.
Up front and cracked one to the far post. Dude, very obviously. I mean, there was a lot to the game. I mean, as Americans, obviously, we're watching, the first ever American player for Barcelona in Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest is now in the first half he played as the winger, and in the second half he played as the right back. So this has been the move now. Ronald Koeman saw him score. That.
Thank you, Helena.
Helena 2011. Thank you so much for the follow. Saw the goal that he scored against Costa Rica, if I'm not mistaken, the absolute banger. And Koeman was like, all right, we need some goals up front. Maybe we're playing this young man in the wrong position. And Dest, he repays his manager by missing a sitter, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, dude. It was not great. I mean, he didn't play badly, but bro, I mean, he scores that goal.
Wait, I think I did see this. He kind of like looked back at his teammates like, I'm sorry.
Yes, I mean
Yeah, I did see this. Wow, yeah.
He had an incredible chance. I mean, there's no other way around. I mean, look, the keeper was there, Courtois was there, and probably had a chance to stop it, but he hits it over the bar. Like his former teammate Lionel Messi taking a penalty. You know what I mean?
Barry Gunas said, Koeman don't care no more.
So this,
he's basically been pretty open about, hey, if you give me shit players, you're gonna get shit results. I
mean, I wouldn't go that far with Barcelona to say that they're shit players.
I wouldn't either, but that seems to be his demeanor.
Well,
also, Barry Araguna said Xavi needs a call ASAP. Dude, I've been saying Xavi's making Al Sadd play beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
They're in first place in the Qatari League. The clips I've seen, they're playing tiki taka like back in the day.
Yeah. What do you think as far as the two managers, Ronald Koeman and Carlo Ancelotti? Who was this?
Carlo Ancelotti's 1 point out the top of the league. I think you're gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Well, is it like where are we as far as the Barcelona panic meter? Are we?
It should be pinned to the highest color.
Is a new manager really going to solve their problems short term?
No. And I think that's why Ronald Koeman hasn't left. I mean, I don't think he's having a good run. I don't think he's having a good time either. But I think that's why he hasn't been sacked, or there hasn't been rumors of him being sacked. Because who else are they going to get? I mean, Xavi could come in. Could Xavi make them play better? Probably. But he's also probably going to want different players at the same time.
I mean, look, they're only 6 points from first, but it's weird to see Barcelona in ninth right now.
Dude, Espanyol might be above them after the next no, they got 2 games on.
Imagine Barcelona gets relegated and then has to be playing matches against Barcelona B. You know what I mean? Like
hilarious.
So
hilarious.
Is that allowed? That'd be so funny if it was.
J Hick 6 said Barcelona can't afford anyone else. Yo, we've been told that, but they just announced a $1.5 billion update to their stadium. Something crazy like that.
Finding the money somewhere.
Like, what are we talking about? Where's all this? Where's the debt you were in?
And also they announced Ansu Fati that they gave him a new contract till I think 2026 or something like that.
With a billy, they put $1 billion release clause on.
But this is how you do it, right? Because they have so much debt that they're like, look, we're gonna have to give you a $1 trillion release clause just in case somebody really wants to help us out, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of you and sort out all the club's financial issues.
It's wild.
The Runamuk said, going to throw a wild card in here for that job. Shamak. Okay.
You know what? I can announce that no conversations have been had. I can guarantee you that. I don't have to review. I don't need to go over it with my sources. I can just tell you, I can guarantee you,
Yeah,
no conversations have been had with Shamok's people.
I don't think Barcelona just got completely outclassed in this Clásico. But there is that, like, as far as what team is sharper, Real Madrid is much sharper. You see the growth and comfort, especially of players like Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. And because last year, remember the Benzema saying don't pass to him? You remember that?
Yeah.
To Vinicius. And now
He said, what did he say? Like, I'm on my father. I think he's
like trying to sabotage us.
Yeah.
And maybe that lit a fire under him, but bro, Vinicius is like really showing a lot of like leadership and really wanting the ball and really wanting to go 1v1 against defenders. So
do you know how old Benzema is?
I don't know. He has to be early 30s.
Take a guess.
32.
He's turning 34.
Oh, all right.
Doesn't that seem so much like he seems so much younger for some reason?
No, I almost thought he was older only because of there was like that we just haven't seen him with France for like 4 years. So it's like we just don't
that's because of the
yeah.
the scam llama ding dong. You try to do.
What's the status of that case? I think it's
I think it's dropped.
Didn't he just have a court date? If anybody in the chat, let us know. Because I know, let me see. Let's Bing it.
Here we go, Bing, folks.
If you're playing the Bing, the Bing game.
By the way, remember when you said before they couldn't hear because the external hard drive had to get going or whatever?
Uh-huh.
Someone's like, "What is it? Is his external hard drive pushed by mule or something like that?" Someone put in the chat. I forgot who said that, but it was great.
I have a what is it called? My brother had gotten it for me. It is called.
We don't need that. We don't need the information.
I forgot what it's called, but
look at all the tags on his shirt.
It's like a 4. It has 4 hard drives in it, and that's why I keep everything. Okay. I was looking up the article. It says Benzema faces jail, found guilty. This is from the 20. This is from today, but I don't think there's any update. His lawyers are demanding the case be thrown out, but a potential prison sentence is looming if he is found guilty. They're not gonna. They saw how he played in the Nations League final. They're like, nah, we're not.
Now we good.
We're not doing all that.
Yeah.
Benzema,
if you're guilty of anything, it's bringing the vibe.
Benzema could reportedly face up to 10 months in jail prison, which is love it. Damn, double.
Damn, I don't even know they made those, dude.
And or a 75,000 euro fine, which is probably going to be the fine, should the prosecution be successful in their case over the so-called sex tape trial. All right, I don't know. We're still waiting. Right. We're staying. I mean, Valbrena, they're like, who? Who's that? Is he playing? Is he playing on stage? They'll let it go. Okay. Anything else before we wrap up? We've been going on for about an hour.
Who wants a Valbuena sex tape? Apparently nobody. I just heard today that Barcelona and Boca Juniors are playing a friendly in the Middle East for a cash grab. Let's go.
Hey, that's the
Come
business.
on.
Did you see? Because we spoke about this 2 weeks ago. Robbie Keane answering a question about. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, he did a talk show in the UK, and instead of simply talking to him about he did Good Morning Britain. I mean, I want to play this whole thing because, or at least, I mean, it's like, I mean, as far as cringeworthy stuff, it's just pretty rough. So that basically they're asking Robbie Keane about politics in football and like the morality of the game and like Newcastle and their owners and their shady past. And
this is the guy you asked. 100%.
And I want to watch it just so we can react to it. But this is incredible. Incredible. So here goes. Robbie Keane on Good Morning Britain.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it? And it comes up periodically about politics in a world business like football. And it is becoming increasingly harder in a world where everybody's aware of human rights and LGBTQ rights and all of that. As to how, will there come a tipping point when football can't turn a blind eye to human rights around the world? And of course, that issue has come again with David Beckham taking on the ambassador's role. Papers are saying it's 150 million pounds to, for the Qatar World Cup next year. Is there a role for politics and a political grandstanding? We talk about that in terms of taking the knee, even, don't we, in football? That some people see as politics. What's your view on that in terms of the global money structure around football versus the political and moral compass that, as a world and as a society, we perhaps ought to have?
Okay, so before I play the answer.
By the way, the co-host is staring at her like, the hell are you doing? The other anchor is like, what?
First of all, this is a huge question. This is like, it's not simply, look, it's not even about, Robbie Keane, Irish legend, LA Galaxy legend. I mean, the dude.
Just in case anyone's confused, we're not talking about Roy Keane. I would love for that to be the follow-up. We're talking about Robbie Keane, like, world-renowned nice guy.
Robbie is a total sweetheart. This is
also David Beckham teammate at LA Galaxy. Hey, real quick, your buddy signed on with this club or this state.
So this is such a. Look, and even if she just asked the morality part, like just even that is even such a loaded and very big question. But this is so much.
Stephen Jumbo's Jet said she basically asked him to fix the Middle East and climate change. This is such a heavy question. And she even threw in the kneeling just to add a little Salt Bay onto this already wildly heavy question.
Okay, and what did you think about the Dave Chappelle special? Okay, so. Manchester Andy just said Robbie Thunberg.
He's like, what'd you think of the Dave Chappelle special? And by the way, the trans community is in our audience. Go ahead, Robbie Keane.
Okay, so let's look. The answer is whatever, but it's rough. It's a rough go for Robbie. I feel bad for him.
By the way, he's scratching his arm, which is internationally renowned. Body language.
Lady.
I've seen First 48. I did it. You feel me?
The international symbol for lady. What are you doing to me? We're on live TV.
Yeah. Look at the eyes of your co-host. You should have done this to me.
Robert from LA said, I love how she asked the world's longest question and then stopped herself to add more topics.
She added weight to this already heavy question. Play this. I want to hear what
all right. This is Robbie. This is Robbie said.
Listen, of course, the political side of things in football, it's always been there, and it always will be there. Unfortunately, but when it comes to a big industry like in the Premier League, like football, like a big club like Newcastle, it's all about money, isn't it? And when you got these guys who've got so much money, they can kind of dictate what they can do. Just as put politics aside, which is certainly not my game, and there's a lot more clever people out there than certainly me. But just as an ex-footballer and someone who loves the game, it's you want to see the Premier League is the best league in the world, and you want to see teams competing, and you don't want the same teams all the time. Like the Liverpools and the Man Uniteds and the Chelsea and Man Cities who've got a lot of money competing at the highest level all the time. So you want to see teams who hadn't had success also, that you want to see them come up and try and be a success for the fans, as I said, because they've suffered for so long, certainly Newcastle fans.
Well, you speak for a lot of fans. Robbie, it's absolute.
He tried. You like, thank you, Robbie. Manchester Sanders said he found relegation easier than this question. Stephen Jumbo Jet just put sunny in it.
Also, I'm realizing now I didn't see the location marker. That's in Dubai. But so it's just
you ain't gonna be allowed to on that plane.
You better answer this correctly, Robbie Keane.
JX6 said, "Good answer, Robbie. Now, how do we build a utopian society?"
Okay, so ridiculous. I mean, it's such
I don't think he has a stutter. I think that was just the bad answer.
You saw him. Obviously, you gotta have to fumble through it because you're like in your head. I'm like, all right, I gotta, not sound crazy. Also, trying to protect the bag a little bit. I'm in Dubai.
Let me tell you something. He's not in Dubai and doing a hit for Good Morning Britain if he's not there for the bag. He's not on vacation and said, yeah, I'll do your stupid morning show. No. That's part of his agreement. That's his responsibility.
Right. So,
he's there for money in Dubai.
Yes,
you ask him that?
it literally made of money and sadness, that place. Look.
Major Sanders said it's like asking Alexis what he likes about Spurs. Except I won't stutter there. I'd be like, nothing.
So speaking of Spurs, I think the thing we need to end on is
man.
Did you see the video from Adele? Adele is a Spurs fan, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And she recently did a article or something for, is it Vanity Fair? She did something recently. But this was pretty cool from Adele. I thought this was pretty awesome. Look at this. Let's get Alexis's reaction.
Hotspurs chant?
Oh, yes. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. And the Spurs go marching on.
The crowd goes wild.
Okay.
You think?
So, yeah, finally, we've seen that Adele can sing a bad song.
Fun. I'm a fan of Adele. Makes great music. She has that album, 21 or whatever. All fire, bro. No, would you?
Not a fan.
Even less now. The Robert from LA said, "Hey Christian, did you see Alexis's IG stories pointing the fans at the LA Fan Fest and didn't notice he was smiling as he pointed to a Spurs logo? I did not see that."
Yeah, but I was talking about. Wasn't I talking about failing when the Spurs logo popped up?
Oh, I don't think I saw this.
The board had like the beginning of the Premier League kind of thing where it's like all the different teams and like a little bit of action. And it's like, look how great this is. And I point at it and it's the Spurs logo at that moment. But I think I was talking about something about failing or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, yes. You're familiar with it.
I've heard of it.
Adele going to release an album called 61, Never Again. What's that referring to?
How many years it's been since they won?
Got it. Okay. Jay Hicks said...
Oh, no, that was the year they won, right? Wasn't that was the year they won? Because they won before England won the World Cup. That's the last time Spurs won the league.
Jay Hicks said the only trophy Spurs might win, a Grammy from Adele. Okay. Another fun Prem show. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. So a couple things that we got coming up. Stick with us because we have honestly a lot of, I know everyone was excited about our trip to Paris and London and all this other stuff. We got a lot of really, really fun things coming down the pipeline. So please follow us, share our stuff. Retweet. I'm telling you, we need word of mouth is how more people hear about
it's the only way we
show.
can grow.
So please tell a friend, retweet. It really, really does help us out, and it means the world. And we got a lot of really fun things coming up. So a reminder, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Fubo Sports Network. Miguel Berry of the Columbus Crew, the forward for the Columbus Crew, just scored the other day against Red Bull. He's playing in a game tomorrow or tonight if you're listening to this podcast. And we have a really, really fun conversation with him. He's super, super funny. And it's always nice when we have players on the show who have seen our show before.
It's wild.
That isn't always the case. So we kind of have to explain who we are and what we do. And then it takes 4 or 5 minutes before they're comfortable enough to loosen up. But Miguel Berry was like, yo, love your show. This is great. I'm so happy to be here. And he was just already on board. And that was really, really cool.
So dope.
Tune into that Thursday 7 p.m. And then Friday for the podcast. And and obviously, we didn't mention it last week, but we have posted about it. But it has been the year anniversary since the passing of our friend Daryl Grove of Total Soccer Show. Last Friday was the 1 year, and it was, we spoke to friends, and it was nice to talk to people and just remember Daryl. We're planning on doing something a little bit more formal for his birthday, which is next month, I believe November 29th, if I'm not mistaken. So look out for that, because we'll prepare some stuff and maybe do something just to remember Daryl. So make sure you follow along.
Thank you, man, Jacinto.
Thank you. So
he was loved, and he still is, and his memory lives on. And I know a lot of you aren't in the States. There would be no the American soccer / football industry here wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Daryl and his hard work. So shouts to him. Great example.
So that's, I believe that is it. Is there anything I'm missing, Alexis? Follow us on all the socials. Oh, we hit 25,000 followers on Instagram. Thank you, everybody, for helping us get there. Boom! You love to hear it.
DJ Polanco.
Thank you so much for helping us get there. Seriously appreciate it. If you haven't hit the follow button on Instagram, do that, and do it on TikTok as well. We've been uploading some stuff there too. So thank you. We're almost we're like 900, 800 away from 20K on Twitter. So
we're close. We're close.
It is an absolute grind, but thank you for helping us reach some of our proudest goals and achievements. Okay,
thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you. You have any parting words, Alexis? Anything else to say?
No. Just enjoy your week, and again, hit follow on every opportunity you can that involves either one of our faces. Mm-hmm. Please, absolutely helps.
If you see our faces, follow it. Okay.
Yeah. You know what to do.
All right, everybody. My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero.
And together, what are we? The Cooligans!